You know, the biggest challenge that I see in our country today is that it seems like we've lost our way. And if I put it in one phrase, is that we lack trust in our leadership, we lack trust in each other again. You know, as I thought about this word trust, it's so important to us that our founding fathers had the thought that we needed to trust in God. And that when they made that a motto, in God we trust, that there's some element to where we've got to believe that God cares about us, that He loves us, that He's got a plan for our country, and that the leaders of our country, the founding fathers, thought we need to operate with this principle within us. And then the second motto they had was about trusting in each other. It was called E pluribus unum, which meant out of many one in Latin, meaning that all of us together are really one. And if we can see ourselves as trusting in God and trusting each other again, then we've got a chance to make it. And I think this is when I see our country today, it's so divided. I was reading a article recently, and it talked about the number of Americans that today that believe that our leaders operate with integrity. And only 2% of Americans today believe that our politicians are operating with integrity almost all the time. 2%. If they expanded it to most of the time, it was around 20%. So only about 20% at its best of Americans believe that we're operating with integrity. And why is that? Because we've continued to tell half-truths and lies over a period of time that there's no longer something that we believe in. And this is what we've got to come back to. We've got to find our compass, which I think that centerpiece is trust. Trusting in God, trusting each other. And when we do that with integrity over time, we'll shift the culture. When we shift the culture, it'll change the atmosphere of what our country should be like and the way we'll make decisions in Washington. And that's what needs to change. And this is literally, I think, the centerpiece to the way of freedom, is that we can't do anything unless we begin to do it together and we trust in each other to make the best policies for the people of our country. And when we can do that the right way, consistently enough time, they'll trust us. And when we do that, we'll be on the right path.